The presidential campaign is heating up. Republican challenger Pat Buchanan took his message to the South today. He is hoping to build on the momentum from his very strong showing in New Hampshire. We have more details from Judy Fleming.
We want Pat! We want Pat!
What about the support here?
I think it looks good. It looks a lot stronger after New Hampshire, too.
Calling South Carolina one of his most important Southern campaign states, the presidential candidate visited textile workers in Neasley. With him came a fanfare of national media.
One of the objectives of this campaign is to bring to the attention what is happening to these kinds of jobs in America.
Buchanan walked inside for a tour of the Alice manufacturing plant. Textile workers looked on as the candidate made a popular promise.
Now, this industry, textiles and apparel, are the largest employers of women and minorities in the United States, any single industry. And so this is the issue you got to take up to Washington, D.C.
Buchanan told crowds about his plan to secure the Carolina textile industry by coming down hard on imports. It's what these folks have been waiting to hear.
This is to the President of the United States. A little premature.
We believe if Pat Buchanan can win, America can win.
I definitely think he can beat President Bush.
Buchanan found more support
We want Pat.
among another group of fans at the airport.
Mr. Pat, welcome to...
Meantime, in a radio address today, President Bush said the economic bill being drafted by Congress is a scheme that makes no sense.
Democratic leaders refused to submit my plan for a quick, clean vote. They chose politics over duty. They huddled behind closed doors and played games with the tax code. They put out one plan one day, another plan the next. Their proposal will increase the deficit. It borrows $30 billion to pay for a tiny temporary tax cut.
On the Democratic side, the leading candidates continued their criticism of President Bush's policies while campaigning this weekend. Frontrunner Paul Tsongas said since he started doing well in the polls, he's become known as Darth Vader, the sinister villain in Star Wars, but said we should all remember, in his words, that George Bush is the enemy. Senator Tsongas paid his respects to former President Jimmy Carter today in Plains, Georgia. Georgia hosts the first primary in the South on March the 3rd. Arkansas Governor Bill Clinton, who was in Maryland stumping for votes, blasted President Bush, saying he has abandoned the South. And here in Illinois, leaders of a campaign to draft New York Governor Mario Cuomo for the Democratic ticket are ignoring his request that they abandon their efforts. They argue that Cuomo remains the strongest candidate to defeat George Bush in November.